Yeah, I know. Oh, duh, right. Yeah, that one. Well, I really didn't think much of that, but now that you've. Oh, hey, why is falling asleep so difficult? What's up? It's the Culture Detective here investigating your favorite albums, and, yeah. Unsuspiciously, today I will do an album review of the latest Iglooghost album, Ley Line Eon. Iglooghost is a British electronic musician, and he is back with the latest Leyline Eon. And yeah, I've been looking forward to this album because I've briefly talked about his music in the past. In 2017, he released Neo Wax Bloom, which at first, I mean, come on, I was like 15 years old. I thought it was really weird, but I began to like it even more, especially after listening to the two EPs that he had released in 2018. That is Clear Tame EP and the Steel Mogu EP. Together, they feature these very cinematic and very strange and surreal, sometimes dreamy, sometimes violently digital soundscapes that's just very intriguing. And now he had finally returned with a second studio album, Ley Line Eon, actually the third because he also collaborated with Kai Whiston and another person on an album called XYZ not too long ago. I'm sorry for the other person, I forgot your name. And now he has returned for his second solo studio album, Leyline Eon. And I'm honestly a little disappointed. Um, yeah, it's just not as good as the EPs or Neo Wax Bloom. I mean, sure, the production quality, it's still there. It's still got the very surreal, scratchy, wonky soundscape, but it just doesn't quite live up to the previous releases. Maybe it's because structurally it is just not as solid. The beats and the production is just not as compelling. The album starts off with disc initiation, and it is a pretty nice contemporary classical mixed with digital electronic kind of style track, and it sounds really mysterious, but I think overall it's just not really all that intriguing of an album opener. Maybe it's because it builds up to not much of a high. Pure Grey Circle is definitely one of the better tracks on the album. It is basically a really slow paced track that features hard hitting bass hits, some really nice string arrangements, and also Seamus, Iglooghost's real name, the guy himself. I think it's himself, right? Where he delivers these spoken word passages that's almost sounding like he's rapping, and altogether, while it doesn't sound as absolutely striking as some of the past Iglooghost stuff, at least there's a good momentum built on this track. And similarly on the next track, Sylph, it is glitchier, icier, and way edgier. The track Zones You Can't See has these hard hitting splashes, glassy, scorched keyboards, and sort of Seamus and these children vocals. Maybe they're not kids, maybe it's just an adult with voice changer, but nonetheless, together they build harmony in a really memorable way. But the rest of the album is just not memorable at all, unfortunately. Light Gutter is just a really tame track featuring Lola, who delivers a really realistic vocal bit on the album, which doesn't really fit into Iglooghost's musical lore at all because he has built an entire musical lore around. I mean, just look at the song titles, look at the album titles, look at the music videos and the album art styles. They're all building towards a certain lay musical style. And now I don't know if this is related at all, but apparently yesterday, out of curiosity, I was looking at a list of pseudoscience topics on Wikipedia, and I came across ley lines. And ley lines is sort of like feng shui, but British, where people believe that certain mountain structures will bring good luck or something, and it's kind of a pseudoscience. And I think this lore is Now, again, I'm not sure, but it's kind of related in a sense, given that the album is called Ley Line, Eon. Anyways, Light Gutter, kind of a tame track. Big Protector is a track that sort of builds up to nowhere. The track UI Birth features Baby, which has these gentle, breathly vocals, which is pretty nice, but instrumentally, this track just has too many detours. It just never settles for anything. The track Amu is actually great in concept. The children choir is definitely one of the strongest elements of the album, except on this track, it's just very mixed shoddily, and the beats are perhaps even harsher when it comes to the mixing. Soil Bolt sounds really directionless and atmospheric, not in an intriguing way at all. And the album ends off with Yellow Umbra, which has these really harsh, wonky, scratchy, screamy beats for the most part, which is kind of one note until at the very end we get some nice string arrangements, but overall it just doesn't save the first chunk of the track. So yeah, Iglooghost Leyline Eon, not really all that great. Sorry. I know that this album has been receiving a lot of critical praise. However, it just really doesn't do it for me. I think it started off strongly, ended off quite underwhelmingly, unfortunately. My favorite track here is Pure Grey Circle, and my least favorite is, I would say, Soil Bolt. This track is boring. I am giving Iglooghost Leyline Eon a strong 5 to a light 6 out of 10. So, have you listened to this album from 1 to 10? How much you rate it? Like if you like it, and subscribe if you want more. And thanks for watching. The next few albums review I will do is Brockhampton, Roadrunner, their latest album, which will be released tomorrow. Or I think today. I don't know anymore. Arm & Hammer and The Alchemist, Nubian Twist, and maybe one more, and also one surprise classic album review for a very special day.